Hello and welcome to Clue. Now, if you haven't got a clue about Clue, let me clue you in. We have here an included table of contents with a lovely little control pad down here. Not many buttons to hand about this. There's really not many controls in all. You got start and select, which basically are starting the game and unselecting or going back, which you'd think would be on B, but instead, A, B, Y, and X all do the same thing. L and R allow you to view the map in total, and control pad lets you pick things. So basic controls all around. And here we have the introduction to the game itself, history of who made the game, along with how it came about to be a board game. If you are interested in reading all this, it'll be up here for a little bit longer as I talk a bit more about this page. It's got a lovely purple view to it, and that tree looks a little strange to me, but I will accept it as being a tree. And that old man is really interested in that doorknob. I don't know if you can find fingerprints in this game, you know. But Bobby died. And you got 6 dudes who are all in the mansion, and one of them was the one who killed him. But who was it? That is for us to find out. Here we have very, very awkward-looking images of the 6 suspects involved. And, you know, you got all these special little descriptions of who they are, as, again, I will just have it up here for a little bit longer. You're free to pause and read up on all of these individuals if you so choose. Now, as I would expect, this game doesn't look that difficult to understand how to do things in. However, the difficulties are interesting. It seems that the logical statements given become more and more complicated the higher your difficulty is. At the easiest level, it just says, oh, this guy had this thing. So, yes, that's going to be very interesting, all in all. This is a game that can be played by up to 6 players, which is quite insane, but makes sense, and it's really nice that they managed to do that. You got cards you can show by, showing cards. And this is the part that concerns me. It seems that I would have to have a physical notepad to mark things in rather than having the game itself do it, which is a little weird, understandable for the game, but a little awkward to do as an LP format. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to be doing for this if, in fact, I have to mark things out of the game. So on your turn, you can select whatever option you choose on your turn. You can roll the die, you can take a secret passage if you're in a room that has one. You can give a suggestion, an interrogation, an accusation, or look at your cards. The map has, of course, limitations because it's a SNES window and whatnot, so you can't see the whole map by virtue of just looking at it. That's what L and R are for. We'll talk about suggestions, interrogation, and accusation a little bit later. Rolling a dice makes sense. You can move the number of spaces that you go on the die, and that's about it. Or you can take a secret passage instead of rolling if you so choose. Making a suggestion is just like in the board game. If you manage to land inside a room, you can take a guess at who did it and what weapon they used. And if somebody has a revelation, not relevation, because, relevation and revelations are a little bit different. Anyway, if somebody has some kind of objection to your suggestion, you will be revealed that objective piece, and everyone who's playing will know of that objective piece. You can only make one suggestion, and then you have to leave the room. You can then re-enter the room on the next turn and make another suggestion, but you cannot make 2 suggestions in the same room without leaving the room. Sadly, it is the truth. And, any character that is suggested to be in that room will be dragged to that room. Now, I don't know if this was in the original board game or not. It may be that it always was a thing and I just never knew, but you can conduct 2 interrogations per turn. in which case you can go ahead and just straight up suggest one person, one weapon, and one location. And if it's right, then nothing happens, I guess. But if it's wrong, then somebody will refute you. And if you're right, you can just immediately make the accusation, which is the exact same thing. You say a person, a weapon, and a room, and if you are right, you win the game. But if you are wrong, you can no longer participate in the game, but you can still refute things, etc. If you, of course, win, then you win. If you guess the right thing, yes. And the game includes some nice little tips about how to mark things, positive, negative clues, and as well as being sneaky. Oh, you can steal an opponent's token and move them somewhere else to prevent them from going to an important room. And this is what worries me. Look at all this stuff. Yeah. They got some cards here, not in the game. So that makes me wonder, is there a notepad in the game itself? Or alas, do I have to do some shenanigans to visibly show stuff? We shall see. We shall see. Hello, everyone. This is pholtos. Again, playing Clue. Oh, Mr. Body was found in the study. Was Miss Scarlet the key? She was seen with the rope. Would she have used it? And that's basically every single time. As you can see, look, it happened again. Alright, so I guess I'll do Gumshoe. Gumshoe sounds good. Let's do 3 players for funsies, and I shall be Professor Plum. I am human. And we'll have Colonel Mustard, who is a computer, and Mrs. White, who is a computer. And we are ready. Okay, show me Plum's cards. Okay, so I have some intense strategy here. You ready for this? Haha! So it's not Colonel Mustard. We're gonna have to go back and forth here a bit. Okay, this is gonna be very awkward. It's not Mrs. Scarlet. So we'll mark that. Let's see, who else do we have? Knife. And then it is not the hall, ballroom, or billiard room. So hall, ballroom, billiard room. Yeah, my marks are amazing. All right, we are ready. This is going to be very, very awkward all around, but let's go. Here's our board. Okay, Colonel Mustard is rolling. He rolled a 2. Mrs. White is rolling. She rolled a 3. It is my turn. I shall roll. Oh. Ooh, I'm holding down that hand. I got a 4. Oh, let's go there. And as you can imagine, you can go up to a certain amount of spaces. Who did it? Mrs. White. With the wrench. In the dining room. Oh. Oh, I have to hit a button. Huh? Oh, is it the dining room? The knife was not in the dining room. Okay, so it's not the knife, I think. It's not the knife. So we're gonna mark. Oh wait, no, I know that already. Oops. Okay, it's all good. I am a little lost. You know, it might be the dining room. I don't have the dining room, do I? Let's see here. Yeah, I don't. It's probably the dining room. Man, I'm getting the amazing rolls, aren't I? Mr. Green, with the lead pipe in the dining room. Miss Scarlet was in the dining room. What does that mean? Does that mean it was Miss Scarlet in the dining room? With the candlestick in the dining room. Miss Scarlet had the candlestick. Oops. Man, I had my hand in a real spot. Well? Was Miss Scarlet with the candlestick in the dining room? Oh. Oh. Okay. So it wasn't the dining room, but it was probably Mrs. Scarlet with the candlestick. Oh no, he's failing to pick up things. Oh, this Professor Plum did not have a weapon. I should mark that it's not the dining room. The knife was not in the lounge. Okay, this is very confusing. Let's suggest Mrs. Scarlet with the candlestick in the lounge. The wrench was in the lounge. Oh God. This is very confusing. This is a little too hard to follow without a proper notepad and stuff. I would have to continually go back and forth. Okay, well, I think that's a good sampling, because this is not typical Clue board game shenanigans. I'm getting a little lost, and it would take a lot more thought than I'm giving this to mark these down on a pad. Like it's too awkward with this pad I've got. So I think that'll do for the game. Let's accuse Mrs. Peacock with the revolver in the ballroom, and this is wrong, I know for sure. Mrs. Peacock fidgeted nervously. There's evidence that you were wrong. Oh no! Game over.